What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know we about to get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I highly appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. Thank you so much, man. Now I'm gonna be a little bit more serious in this video. I know I like to make you guys laugh, and I got something coming up later on that's gonna definitely, man, pique your interest and make you laugh. But this is serious because it's of a serious nature. Okay, Big Boy's in trouble. This Vato is definitely digging his own hole to lay his big fat ass in, right? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, the situation just got worse. It got hectic. You know, when street gang members get involved, you better watch out because now you're affecting everything somebody is striving for. Okay, and it's serious. Whether you like to believe so or not, you think these guys ain't gonna do nothing. Shit, you would be surprised in the state of California how many people have thought nothing's gonna happen to them until it happens, right? And then it's too late. So we all know Big Boy got San Clemente busted all the way across his chest. He's very dedicated to his city. I ain't mad at him. You know, when you grow up in a certain area, you got love for your area. You know, some of these people even think the area belongs to them. Lies, right? Nothing belongs to us. You know, maybe if you buy some property in the city, you could say you own some real estate there. And I don't know if Big Boy has that, but one thing I can say for sure is the San Clemente area is not his area only. Okay, it is definitely an area, man, that has been spoken on lightweight a lot. You know, these past few weeks when people are exposing Big Boy, and you know when you're a social media guru, when you're on social media, I don't care if it's bodybuilding, I don't care if it's gang banging, prison genre, whatever it is, right? You're open for ridicule, you're open for hatred, you're open for whatever. It's just not all crimson and clover. It's not all hugs and kisses on the cheek. Okay, this ain't a Diddy party. It's not none of that. What it is people actually exposing everything you say for truths or lies, and people really want to know if you're really who you say you are. Now, San Clemente is a beautiful area in Orange County. Very beautiful. Okay. It is definitely an area where a lot of tourists go. You know, there's a lot, it's very known for surfing. It's got a beautiful coastal scenery, views. And so when people realized that San Clemente was as beautiful and as safe as it is, right? You know, they started to question why Big Boy, who his personality is he's a gangster and he was in prison rocking and doing all this. It's like, bro, you're from an area that's touristy. Okay, you're not from really a gang related area. Now, let's not get it twisted. Santa Bruta, Santa Barbara, where Dubs is from, where your favorite rapper fucking Sad Boy is from, right? Where several people are, where that guy Boy West Coast is from, right? Is definitely touristy, but there are some very, very, very heavy hitters and well-known barrios in that city. So let's not sleep on that point. Let's not just say because a place has a beautiful spot or a beautiful area doesn't mean it can't get grimy. Because Santa Barbara is a perfect example, just like Santa Monica, of a place that, yeah, it looks beautiful from the outside, but in the inside, there's some bullshit happening there, right? And they'll get you. Anywhere in the 805, they'll get you, but that's just how that is. Anyways, San Clemente is a beautiful place, and lately, a lot of people have been talking about the San Clemente area and questioning which neighborhood, which barrio Big Boy is from. You know, with all his Sharmuta cartel shenanigans, hanging out with Wes Watson, riding in Bugattis, not Bugattis.
They're riding around in Bugattis, right? And they're doing
their thing. And then they got Big Joe on the side. He's quiet than a motherfucker, but ugly at the same time, right? And then they got Cali Muscle. You know, there's watermelon stains all over the front seat of Wes Watson's vehicle. He's probably going to pay $196,000 to have it specially cleaned by a paisa. Hey, the paisa's winning. Or he might not hire paisas because you know how that works out with them. Remember when they were cutting his grass and he was going crazy? It's just crazy with Wes, you know. Nah, he don't dislike Mexicans. No, he don't. He got Jake Johns and he's 10% Mexican, so it's all good. Anyways, with a lot of people mentioning a city, you know, that really has real barrios. Okay, I'm not going to mention the name of these barrios, but there's some real neighborhoods in San Clemente. Okay, maybe not a lot. They're not probably as deep as other areas like in LA or in the Bay Area, but they do have their neighborhoods, right? You know, I seen on Little Cuete's video, he put up a clip of an actual vato from San Clemente from a barrio saying, hey, Holmes, It was just a little, a little message like, hey, make it about fucking Big Boy. Don't make it about our city. A lot of people take pride in their city, and I understand that. So there's a warning going out to Big Boy, a PSA. Hey, homie, make it about yourself. Don't involve the city of San Clemente, because what you're doing is you're having a lot of people disrespect where Big Boy grew up, where he's from. And that's now taking a toll on the voters that are really there, people that are really out there gangbanging, doing their thing. They're feeling some type of way. And usually what happens, man, hey, you're the one that take the shit, bro. I don't care how many people are smelling it. It's on you to clean it up. So the gang members are tripping off fucking Big Boy. They're tired of him representing something and not representing it well, okay? Or having other people disrespect their city based upon the way he's acting and what he's doing. It's crazy, but I understand. I was in the youth authority, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. Here's a factual, actual, true story. And, I'm from Merced. And everybody that had been locked up from Merced, for the most part, were either Asians or Norteños. And we were diehard about our city, okay, our town business. We were diehard. We, had a reputation. Merced has always had a reputation. It even does now as one of the 10 deadliest cities in the state of California. And I know that is bad and negative, but at the same time, when you're living that gang lifestyle, that's like an award. It's like, hey, you've unlocked a new character, right? A new achievement. And we've always had that reputation. Merced is grimy, it's gritty. You go over there, you can get shit smacked. I've told people have asked me, hey, where should I go? I'm going to Merced. I said, you should go to Atwater, right? You shouldn't go to Merced because if you're not from there and you're recognized as not from there, you might get away with a few burpees and a few push-ups. Shout out to Lucky Man from Hoodstocks. He did his thing respectfully. But if you're on the west side in a bad area and the wrong person sees you, they're going to kill you. And that's just pretty much how that goes, right? I grew up there. I'm telling you, I participated. I actually caught a body in Merced. It just is different. So, I'm in the youth authority. And like I said, we had an Asian homeboy, Booger from MOD. Shout out to MOD and Booger. He was the homie, man. He represented Merced well. He handled his business when he needed to. There was no question. He never put anything on his city. You hear all these youngsters now on gang, on the hood, on the dead homies. They be out there like,
hey, homie, on my hood, on my mama, on my grandmama, on my dead homies, on my baby's mama's cat that her new boyfriend gave her, on her new boyfriend. For reals, man. Hey, I'm serious.
They be all banged out. Back in our days, we didn't do that. We never said on our city because our city meant we had a lot of pride. So anyways, there was an Africano that came. He was a Crip, right? He was a Crip from Merced Gangster Crips. Now, my barrio and his neighborhood didn't get along, but we're locked up, and we had a conversation when he first got there, like, hey, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep it cool here? Or are we going to keep that street gang banging bullshit right here? What are we going to do? I had a lot on my plate already. I had a fucking 1,000 Southsiders that wanted to kill me. So I had enough to worry about. Him, because he was considered an off-brand Crip, he was a Crip from Northern California, not from Sacramento or Stockton. A lot of people didn't respect his gangster, especially the LA Crips. They weren't trying to have no off-brands, is what they called them, participate in their ranfla, chill with them. So he was going through his motions too. So he would get into it with LA Crips. And this guy had hands. We ended up fighting and fuck, he almost knocked me out. True stories. But he would put everything on Merced. And every time he said it, my fucking antennas went up. And I was pissed because, some of the shit he was saying were lies. And he was like, oh, Merced, homie, I was out there balling. No, you weren't. I know exactly who you were. You were kicking it with the Asians, bro. And they didn't really like you. So eventually I had to tell him something because I felt that the bullshit that he was bringing to the table and to the plate, he was putting it on my city. I had a lot of pride, and the reputation of my city I had fought hard for, and I was representing well, and so we ran behind the helmet court, caught that fade. He almost knocked me off my motherfucking boots, my PIAs, and that was that, right? But I handled it, and that's the same thing that's going on with Big Boy. He might not be directly putting shit on his city, but because he has the city San Clemente across his chest, he's representing. He represented in and out of prison. You can't knock the man for that. I ain't mad at him for representing what he's doing, but at the same time, almost the type of shenanigans that you got going on and having people question and clown and make fun of his city is what got the gang members riled up. They're tripping. They're seriously tripping. And I understand, right? So a message has went out to Big Boy on a couple of different social media platforms. And it's actually Vatos from San Clemente, from Vatos out there that are saying, hey, if you continue to let people disrespect the city because of your bullshit, you're going to get dealt with swiftly. So now it's become a situation now where Big Boy is not accepted nor respected in his city. Now, I don't know how much he goes back. I don't know if he's going back for Christmas to open a few presents up. But at the same time, you need to understand that people there are not feeling him, not feeling the way he's cheated people, disrespected people. And just like Cuete said, right? He's not really mad at Big Boy the way he's turned his back on him and how he even stole his business idea. He's more upset because Big Boy had the audacity, basically to call him
a hood hopper, right? That ain't cool.
And he did that. And so that is the reason why Cuete is tripping, because he's got a lot of pride and respect for his barrio, his city, Norwalk, shout out Norwalk, one ways, all that, right? And I understand, when it gets gangster, it gets real gangster. It gets real technical. That was like when I was in the youth authority as well, or even in prison. There was homeboys from San Jose, from Sanjo, Sharksteros, Sanjoneros, Viejos, all these different names that they gave themselves, man. I respected it. Shout out to Sanjo. I had a lot of homeboys from San Jose, still do. I got family and friends over there. And Southsiders were coming in with Sanjo on them and Sharks, and man, was it guerra. It was war. People were really tripping, man. And I could understand. And we were even like that, man. There was a Southsider from Merced, from PPL's, Pocos Pero Locos. It was a small little gang that started. It's not around anymore, right? And I've told the story, man. This dude got mail. He was sitting next to me. I was like, who the fuck's writing you from Merced? I was tripping. I didn't even want him to get a letter from a fat bitch from Merced, honestly, right? And he told me, this Merced, Pocos Pero Locos. And if I didn't fucking take him in the cell and beat the shit out of him, then I don't know then I'd be lying, right? I was trying to put my all into that shit, and he couldn't fight, which gave me the extra bonus. But anyways, back to Big Boy. This guy is doing a lot of bullshit things, treating a lot of people bad, disrespecting, and it's starting to come back to his own town in the city. And Vatos are almost at the point where they want him to keep their city out of his mouth. You know what I mean? Hey.
Keep it out your mouth, ese. But dog, I got it on my chest. And I'm going to sock you in your chest, dog. You know what I mean?
That's how people are really feeling. They're really tripping. I understand it. So last night we had a live, and there was a lot of questions mentioned about the Sharmuta cartel, the Snake cartel, Wes Watson. There are always a lot of questions asked, and we clown. We have a good time, man. We don't hate these guys, but they just make for good punishment. You can punish them a little bit. It's like when your dog fucking tears something up in your house. You rub their nose in their bullshit. We're rubbing their noses in it a little bit because they've been exposed for the fucking snakes and the shenanigans that they pull. But Dubs asked a serious question, and I wanted to touch on it because I didn't really get a chance to give my perspective of it. But he asked a question, and I want to ask you guys the same question. I want to see an answer. I want to see everybody answer. Let's get interactive here. Let me know, who do you got, right? So and this was the question Dubs posed to everyone. Who do you think's the bigger snake? Wesley, DeJounte, Devontae, Mateo Watson, a.k.a. Willy Wonka Lump Lump, or Big Man Chi-Chi's, keep our city out of your mouth, boy, Big Boy, right? Which one do you think is the bigger snake? Now, mine and Dub's answer to that question is very similar. And I'll tell you this, Big Boy is, and I'll tell you why. Big Boy, now, him and Wes Watson both burn people. They both lie and manipulate and cheat people out of their hard-earned money. They both promise something that they don't fulfill, okay? They leave people wondering and guessing. So basically, you could look at it as they're doing people dirty. But Wes Watson does strangers dirty. He does people that he doesn't even know, right? Which is unfortunate. Whereas Big Boy does his own homies dirty. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a little bit more personal there. You can't trust someone that even fucking does his own circle bad. His own homeboys all fall off. They turn their back on him, or he turns his back on them. He couldn't attack him, couldn't put the Mac on him, did the only thing they could do. They turned their back on him, right? It's only a matter of time before Big Joe frees himself from that shenanigan shit, right? Because you could already tell, man, feeding other guys watermelon and putting your nuts in their face and push it. Hey, dog.
Hey, push it, dog. Hey, push it, dog. Those are my nuts, dog. Don't grab me. Yeah, grab them. Grab him, dog. Grab him. Touch him. Oh, you're 270. You're 270, right?
It's crazy. But I'm telling you, so my thing is Big Boy definitely has to be the bigger snake because he does his own people dirty. Now, at the end of the day, it's not right for anyone to get bamboozled and cheated and burnt at all. And I know some people are going to say, well, Wes Watson, man, he doesn't even know these people. He's just burning everyone in sight. True stories, right? But at the end of the day, I think it's more personable when you do it to people that you actually broke bread with, people that actually supported you and you rocked with, you employed, or they employed you, or they looked out for you at some point in time. And that's why I can understand Little Cuete, the way he's feeling about Big Boy, because he did him dirty in every different angle. He tried to send him to go get beat up by a big black dude, right? Mac Truck. He tried to, and I'm not saying Mac Truck would have beat him up. Obviously, Mac Truck's very professional in his willings and dealings with people, and understood and helped Cuete to realize, man, that dude was putting him in a bind, in a situation, and not handling his own business. When Big Boy was told, hey, why don't you, that fool's not even on my level, dog. He's not on my level, dog. So what are you saying? That Cuete's not on your level either? That's why you send him? One never knows, does one, right? I wanted to ask you guys that question. Who do you think? Who do you think's more of a snake? They're both from the Snake Cartel, so they both got a little Cobra in them, right? A little Cobra commander. Only one can be the commander and one can be the remander, right? And he'll take the remainder of the remander in his asshole. It just
fucking is what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, let's just keep it real. They like their stool pushed all the way up to their esophagus.
It just is what it is. Now, back to the neighborhood, the gang members, it's a serious threat. Anytime gang members decide to go on social media and say, hey, homie, you're making us look bad, make it about you, don't make it about our audio. They're not only letting Big Boy know, they're letting every other content creator know too as well. Like, hey, homies, there's repercussions for clowning. I've done in the past, I didn't know San Clemente, and I didn't even know they really had audios there. But I did my research, I tricked out, and they do have audios. So I want to say respect to the audios out there. It's not disrespect towards you and your city. At the end of the day, man, I like surfing. So fucking, you never know. I might show up in San Clemente and get my surf on, but I'm definitely not going to disrespect your city. Respects. But I think the way that they feel is that Big Boy continues to spin this narrative, man. And he always puts it like, hey, I'm a fucking gangster, homie. I'm from San Clemente. I'm from this, and that. Look, Clarence, you grew up with both your parents. We know already, right? You were not gangster, man. You found yourself in a situation where you were in prison as a resident and you had to say something. So you're like, oh, I'm from Avado in San Clemente. Then you got it all on you and you went hard in the paint. But you are not him and you are not that. And these gang members are letting you know specifically, man, keep their fucking city out of your chops. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if eventually Big Boy has a cover up on his chest. He might just fucking put Wes Watson across his chest. He's that dedicated to his boyfriend. And that's cool, man. They're part of that community and they're trying to taste the rainbow and that's fine. Two big old gnarly men slathered in fucking.
I mean, come on, keep it real. They wear a lot of baby oil. They wear a lot of baby oil. And the baby oil diaries are different. Now that Diddy's locked up, it's crazy. Just think of what Diddy and Luigi are doing right now. They're in that motherfucker like this. Oh, wait. But who is doing who? One's a terrorist, allegedly, and the other one is curious. Not allegedly.
So, anyways, man, getting to Big Boy and his old man, Wes Watson, there's a lot of people that ain't feeling it, man. They're not feeling it in San Clemente. So, like I said, man, you can go on Little Cuete's channel and see where the guy said, hey, man, fucking make it about, this vato. Don't make it about the city. So, I advise everyone, man, when it comes to gang members, real ones, just stay out their way because she can get fucking real serious, and it's getting real serious for Big Boy. Not only is everyone exposing his financial situation, they're exposing his fucking fake program. They're exposing the fact that he's got some racial tendencies. We'll get to that in another video. But there's a couple instances where I've seen him treating Cali Muscle like he shouldn't be. Like in one case, he told Cali Muscle to go get in the back of the bus. Who the fuck you think he is? Rosa Parks? Come on now, stop it. With that being said, man, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's bringing you guys the real. This is the real. These vatos are tripping. They're like, hey, homie, don't be disrespecting our city, homes. Hey, ¿qué traes? Who the fuck you think you are letting vatos talk to you like that? Madera! You know what I mean? They're tripping. So, it's up to Big Boy how he's going to carry himself. Again, like I told you in my story, I felt some type of way. Unfortunately, that dude hit hard. So, but he stopped. But I demanded his respect and I got it. He's like, you're right, homie. I can't make the town look bad because at the end of the day, we're both from the city and I respect it. That motherfucker did hit hard, man. I'm thinking about it now. I owe him one. I seen him on the streets too. Trip out. I seen him on the streets. He's like, hey, remember when we fought? I was like, no. I remember every fucking way. That fucking punch hurt. All right, now I'm gonna let you guys go, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I dropped a banger over there on Wes Watson, Wes Devontae Sang, right? Wes Devontae Sang Watson over there on the other channel, man. Make sure you tap in. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much. I do have a Super Norteño coming up later on. Changa versus Sheila. It's like Wes Watson versus Big Boy. You tell me who won. I see them, they run. They don't want to see me.
Whole bunch of YouTubers dressing up trying to be me. How the fuck they gonna be with the gun? I'm a million. No, I'm not a millionaire. But, it's all good. Bang, bang.